Hello, YouTube friends and family. Stephen from Small Adventures here. Been away for a couple of weeks because I've been so busy. But today we are finally going to answer Chris's from CD Scale Models challenge of talking about how we got into building model cars or model car origins. So stay tuned. So like a lot of people, when I was a kid, which would have been 70s and 80s, I watched my dad build model kits. He was building anything from model cars to model tractor and trailers. I remember he built the old BJ and the Bear AMT tractor and trailer kit. I remember the show BJ and the Bear because I'm old. But somewhere around 83 or 84, Monogram came out with a molded in just about this color. See if I can find a picture of the actual model and put it up here somewhere. But Monogram came out with a 1969 Dodge Super Bee 446 pack. And that was actually the very first kit the very first glue kit, full detail glue kit that I ever built. I was somewhere between 10 and 12 years old. I remember it was molded in a really pretty blue color. Blue's always been one of my favorite colors anyway. But when it came out, they also came out with a Dodge Challenger that I think Chris is building now, a re-release of the kit. It was molded in like a Dayglow or burgundy or red or something like that. I remember my dad built the Challenger, and I built this one. Of course, he had to help me. I was 10 to 12 years old. I had done a few snap kits, but I hadn't done anything of this level. But I remember it was the first model kit that I had ever painted the engine in. I brush painted the engine bay black, and probably brush painted Tester's little jar, if you remember those, orange for the engine. But I do remember that my dad showed me how and let me practice on buckets or whatever was laying around outside. It was plastic until I could spray smoothly. And I did spray the hood flat black. But I'll never forget that kit because it was the first glue kit that I ever built. So obviously, when Monogram re-released this kit last year or the year before, I picked one up. I haven't built it yet, and I did pick one up and build it several years ago when they did another re-release of it. Seemed like I painted it some kind of a teal green color. Don't know whatever happened to that kit. That was probably late 90s. So I was car crazy just like any other kid, most young males. My dad had these Datsun 521 pickup trucks. Most of them were lowered with chrome mag wheels on it, so they were cool looking little mini trucks. Every single one was a 4-speed that he had. So he had me by the age of 12 or 13 years old, teaching me to drive a clutch. Growing up in the coal fields of Virginia, we had all of these dirt road hollows, and he would just take me and let me drive the thing. But I remember Dad telling me stories of just before I was born of a 68 Dodge Charger RT that he had. I think it was a 383 4-speed car. I've seen pictures of it, but it's, that was years ago. I think the pictures of it are long gone. I'm not going to tell anybody that after I was born, he traded that Charger RT for a Pinto wagon with a 2.3 automatic. So that was kind of my intro into it. I just kind of watched my dad building them as a little kid. I was car crazy. I was always watching a race on TV. Favorite show was Dukes of Hazzard. Favorite movie was Smokey and the Bandit. So, I guess I just grew up car crazy. But that was my first full detail glue kit. I'll build another one. I've got this one. I'd like to buy another kit before I open one and build it, just to keep it because of that. If I run across the original from the 80s, I'll probably buy it and stick it on the shelf just because, it was sentimental to me. Chris, I'm sorry it took so long to get around to doing this. I've been really, really busy. But I'm going to try to get back on track here in the near future. I have a mail call video coming up, hopefully this week, from a good friend of mine. As well as, in the near future, I'm going to be doing a 30-plus day, 50-mile review on the GT Aggressor Pro bicycle. I've also been buying up a few classic mountain bikes or vintage mountain bikes from the 90s. I don't think any of them's from the 80s. But, one of them you saw already, the ProFlex, but there's a couple more that I've got in there. Anywho, I do apologize for the delay in not posting for a couple of weeks. I hope everybody's having a wonderful week this week so far. I know it's just Monday. And we will see you in the next video.
Love the show.